My daughter's friend is a weirdo. It was an ordinary Thursday afternoon when I first met Lily's new friend, Emma. To be honest, I didn't think much of it at first. Lily, my 12-year-old daughter, had been going on and on about this new girl she had met at school. Emma apparently was super cool and really funny. Lily even mentioned that they had become best friends almost immediately after meeting. As a parent, I try not to get too involved in my daughter's friendships. She's at that age where she's starting to navigate social situations on her own, and I want her to learn how to pick friends wisely without me hovering over her. But the more she talked about Emma, the more my curiosity grew. One afternoon after school, Lily invited Emma over for a play date. I agreed, figuring it would be a good chance for me to get to know this new friend of hers. Emma arrived a few minutes later, and I was a little taken aback by how different she seemed. She was tall for her age, with jet black hair that hung in straight, shiny strands down to her back. Her clothes were kind of unusual. She wore a long black dress with silver embroidery, paired with knee-high boots that made a clinking sound when she walked. Her makeup was subtle but very gothic, with dark eyeliner that made her green eyes stand out. I'll admit, I've always been a bit conservative when it comes to fashion, so Emma's look immediately stood out to me as, well, a bit strange, but I told myself to give her a chance. I greeted Emma with a smile and invited her inside. "Hi, Emma. It's so nice to meet you," I said warmly. Emma barely acknowledged me with a nod, her eyes flicking around the room. She didn't speak much. I figured she was just shy, so I didn't make a big deal out of it. After all, everyone has their own way of easing into new situations. "Mom, we're going to play with the art supplies in the basement," Lily said, grabbing Emma by the hand and pulling her toward the stairs. "Okay, have fun, girls," I called out, trying not to make it too obvious that I was still a little curious about Emma's odd behavior. As the afternoon went on, I kept busy with chores, but listened for sounds from the basement. The house was quiet for a while, until suddenly I heard a strange noise. It sounded like chanting. I quickly made my way to the stairs and tried to listen more closely. The chanting grew louder, followed by a loud thud. My heart skipped a beat. What on earth was going on down there? I rushed downstairs, but by the time I got to the basement door, everything was quiet again. The girls were sitting at the art table, surrounded by paints and colored pencils. Lily was showing Emma how to draw, and Emma had a pencil in her hand, staring at her paper intensely. "Everything okay?" I asked casually, though my mind was racing. "Yeah, Mom, we're fine. Just drawing," Lily said, a little too quickly, as if she were trying to reassure me. I smiled, though I couldn't shake the weird feeling in my gut. I let it go for the moment, chalking it up to my overactive imagination. That evening, as I was getting dinner ready, Lily sat at the table with Emma, talking about school. As I listened in on their conversation, I started to pick up on something odd. Emma kept mentioning things that didn't quite make sense. "You know, I really like how you can feel the energy in this room," Emma said, staring out the window. Lily nodded enthusiastically. "Yeah, I guess. The sunlight's nice." Emma's eyes gleamed with an unsettling intensity. "It's not the sunlight. It's the energy of the room, the vibrations. I can sense it." Lily giggled, assuming Emma was just being quirky, but I wasn't so sure. I had never met anyone, especially a 12-year-old, who spoke like that before. I decided to let it slide for the moment. After all, it was just a weird comment. But as the days went on, more and more strange things started happening. Over the next few weeks, Emma started coming over to our house more often. Lily, of course, loved the attention from her new friend, but there was something off about Emma that I couldn't ignore. One afternoon, she came over with a small box wrapped in dark purple paper. She handed it to Lily with a mysterious smile. "For you," Emma said, her voice almost a whisper. Lily eagerly tore off the wrapping paper, revealing a small glass vial inside. The vial was filled with a dark liquid that swirled like oil in water. It almost looked like some kind of potion. "What is it?" Lily asked, eyeing the vial suspiciously. "It's a special elixir," Emma replied, her tone serious. "You drink it, and it helps you see things clearly. It'll help you understand the world better." I stood there, frozen, watching as Lily stared at the vial in her hands. She was clearly taken aback but didn't want to appear rude, so she smiled awkwardly. "Thanks, Emma, but I think I'm okay." Emma didn't seem bothered by Lily's reluctance. She just nodded slowly and gave her a knowing look, as though she could see something that Lily couldn't. The strange gifts continued. Over the next few weeks, Emma brought over more oddities. A silver ring with a strange symbol etched into it. A feather she claimed was from an ancient bird. And a piece of crystal she said would help open her third eye. I started to feel like Emma wasn't just an eccentric kid. There was something darker, more unsettling about her. One Saturday, I decided to take Lily and Emma to the local park to get some fresh air. I figured it would be good for both of them to have a break from all the strange talk and focus on something fun. We spent a while walking around, chatting, and watching the ducks in the pond. But then, something happened that made me seriously question whether Emma was as cool as Lily thought. We came across a small group of kids playing near the swings. They were playing tag, running around, laughing, just enjoying a normal day at the park. But when Emma saw them, her expression changed. "You shouldn't play with them," Emma said, her voice cold. Lily looked confused. "What do you mean?" Emma stepped closer, her eyes narrowing. "They're not like us. They're normal. They don't understand." Lily frowned. "What's wrong with them? They're just playing. They don't know the truth," Emma muttered, as though she was talking to herself. At that moment, I felt a chill run down my spine. The way Emma spoke, so matter-of-factly, as though she was above everyone else. It was unsettling. I tried to brush it off as just a strange comment, but I couldn't ignore the uneasy feeling that had settled in my chest. The next time Emma came over, I decided it was time to have a serious talk. I wanted to know what was going on with this girl, and I needed to make sure that Lily wasn't being influenced by her in ways I didn't understand. "Emma, we need to talk," I said, pulling her aside after Lily had gone upstairs to do her homework. Emma stared at me, her green eyes unblinking. "About what?" "About the things you've been saying and doing," I began, trying to stay calm. "The gifts, the weird comments, the way you act around other kids. It's not normal." For a moment, there was silence. Then Emma smiled, a slow, unsettling smile. "I'm not like everyone else, Mrs. Harper," she said, her voice barely above a whisper. "I don't fit in, but I'm here to help Lily find out who she really is." The hairs on the back of my neck stood up. "What do you mean, help her?" Emma's smile widened, but there was something dangerous behind it. "You'll see soon enough. I'm just showing her the way." That was when I knew. I had to keep a close eye on Emma. I didn't know what her intentions were, but I wasn't going to let her drag Lily down some strange, dark path. I spent the next few days thinking about what to do. I didn't want to sever Lily's friendship with Emma. After all, she was just a kid, but I couldn't ignore the fact that something wasn't right. I sat down with Lily that night and had a heart-to-heart. "Lily, I need you to promise me something," I said, looking her in the eyes. "Sure, Mom. What is it?" "I know Emma is your friend, but I want you to be careful with her. She's different, and sometimes people who are different can have a strange influence on others." Lily looked confused. "What do you mean? She's just fun. She's not like everyone else, but I like that about her." "I know you do, sweetie," I said gently, "but sometimes being different isn't always a good thing. People can have hidden motives." Lily nodded, but I could tell she wasn't fully convinced. It wasn't easy being a parent, and it wasn't easy to protect your kids from people who seemed harmless, but could actually be a bad influence. I decided that I needed to talk to Emma one last time, face to face, and tell her she could no longer spend time with my daughter. I knew it wasn't going to be easy, but it had to be done. Emma never came back. I'm not sure what happened after that. Maybe she found new friends, or maybe she went off to do whatever dark things she had in mind. Lily still talks about her from time to time, but she seems less obsessed with her now. She's found new friends, good friends, and I'm grateful for that. I don't know what exactly was going on with Emma, but I'm glad I trusted my instincts and did what I had to do. Sometimes, as parents, we have to make tough decisions, and sometimes those decisions are to protect our children from things they can't yet understand. Thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so, and hit the notification bell to stay updated with more shocking real-life stories happening around you.